Hey guys, what's going on? Honest Abe checking in with a pregame video for the Volunteers taking on the Auburn Tigers tomorrow. I hope you guys have had a good couple weeks. Took last week off. I didn't really expect to be talking much about the Georgia game, but of course Tennessee's coming off the bye from losing to Georgia, and it was what it was. It was what I thought it was going to be, and no big deal there. It was going to be a loss, and Tennessee is just they got a tough two games also ahead of them, and the third game with South Carolina. You know, of course, we got to look forward to Saturday, which is Auburn tomorrow. Early kickoff, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and I think Tennessee. They'll play decent, but I think Auburn's just too good for them. Auburn right now they're a 16-point favorite. I think Tennessee will probably actually cover the 16 points. I think it's going to be a tough game. Auburn's coming off of a loss, and it's going to be a tough game. But I think they're just gonna outplay Tennessee. And again, we got young players. Of course, one of our freshmen, secondary players, he's out for the next couple weeks, broken collarbone. But I think it's just going to be too much for Tennessee tomorrow. And at this point in the season, you're just wondering where we're going to get our wins at, and it's going to be a tough road because Kentucky's looking really good right now. And Vanderbilt is up and down, and so it's where are we going to get these wins? I think Charlotte's going to be a win. I think these next 2 weeks are just going to be tough. Auburn is going to be probably a loss. I think my pick for the score was going to be 23 to 10, 23 to 10 against Auburn tomorrow. Of course, I got to work tomorrow. I just got home just now. But I got to work tomorrow, so I might miss the first half of the game. But I'm hoping that I will be able to catch the second half of the game. But I do think Tennessee covers 23 to 10. We'll see what happens to the line tomorrow as well. And of course, next week we got Alabama, and Alabama's just rolling. Nobody's going to beat Alabama this year, I don't think. It's just it's a tough couple weeks, and we got South Carolina after Alabama, and South Carolina. What is South Carolina going to look like when we face them? We'll just wait and see. Like I said, Charlotte's going to be probably a win. What happens with Vanderbilt? What happens with Kentucky? With Tennessee? Our players, we got to get better. I don't think it's time to make QB change. Garantano, he's doing okay. He's not playing great, but he's getting hit a lot. And our offensive line, they got to shore themselves up and protect our quarterback, because it doesn't matter who's back there getting the ball at quarterback. I do expect Tennessee to come out and play tough, and it's going to be a tough matchup down there in the Plains. But we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to, listening a little bit of the game. Hopefully I'll be off right around 12 tomorrow and be able to listen to the first half of the game while I drive home from work. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. We got a lot of people, they're bashing Jeremy Pruitt and everything. Again, this is every week. These crazy Vol fans, these guys that come onto YouTube. Tennessee's going to upset Georgia. Tennessee's going to upset Auburn. Let's just put the brakes on a little bit, guys. Next week they're going to be saying Tennessee's going to upset Alabama at home. We don't have the players. We don't have the depth. We don't have the skill positions right now for all that. Yes, next year maybe we could probably get an upset or two against some of these top-ranked teams. I mean, you're looking at, 3 straight weeks of Tennessee playing basically top 10 schools. Of course, Auburn lost last week, so they dropped out of the top 10. But, it's a number 2 Georgia. You got number 1 Alabama next weekend. Auburn this weekend, who's still in the top 25. Let's pump the brakes a little bit, Tennessee fans, and stop with this. Oh, Tennessee's going to upset. Tennessee's going to be realistic. We got to give Pruitt time. I said this the week before last. You know, we got to give him time to get his players in. He's still playing with 70% of Butch Jones players. He's still trying to develop that talent, waiting to get his guys in there, into the system, and let's just go with it for a year. It's going to be, like I said at the beginning of the season, it was going to be tough to get to 6 wins. Will we get to 5? Probably. Is it going to be tough to get to 6? Most definitely. I mean, we're going to have to beat Vanderbilt. We're going to have to beat, South Carolina. And, it's just going to be tough. So just bear with it for, a couple more weeks. Let's get through this season. And let's get into the off season, into major recruiting time. Of course, the coaches were, on the road last week for the bye week, and even Jeremy Pruitt was out on the road visiting some people. And so let's just see what happens as this season plays out. We don't need to be calling for his head or anybody else's, any coaches or whatnot, and bashing our players and talking down. That doesn't help them. All of them are on social media. All of them see. All of them hear stuff that's on the radio and all this kind of stuff. Let's support our team. Let's support these guys. We got to remember, most of these guys are still teenagers that are playing for Tennessee. They're still teenagers. They're not even 20 years old yet. And they're starting football at college. Yes, they're college football players and all that kind of stuff they got on the team. But you know what? They're going to make mistakes. They got to learn. They got to do some growing up a little bit. And let's just let them play. Let them get better every week. And let's talk about this next season. Let's talk about, those big upsets next year, the year after that. It's going to take 3 or 4 seasons. They put out a poll on the Sports Animal the other day. How many years is it going to take to get, Tennessee back on track? And I think the picks were like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And one of them was 6 and one of them was plus. I picked 6 years. I know it's been a decade since Tennessee has been decent, but you know what? It's going to be another 5 years before we're knocking on the SEC championship door again. Hopefully, maybe busting in that college playoff. So it's going to take some time, guys. But anyway, let's see what happens. Go Vols! I will catch you guys later. This is Honest Abe signing off. We'll see you guys.